What's up, everybody? This is Rich from True Budget EDC. Use your gear or lose your gear, because if you're not using it, you might as well lose it. So, I'm going to go over this knife that I got from Ryder last week. I think it was around Saturday that I got it in the mail, and had some issues with it, but I seem to have corrected it. Now, this is the Ryder Classic Carbon 1 series, yellow composite. It is T10 steel. Just spoke about T10 steel. It's a Chinese steel similar to 1095. It is a tungsten carbon steel, so it's a really good steel. I like it a lot. I'm a big carbon steel guy, from survival community and stuff like that, prepping and whatnot. Carbon's totally awesome. So I like this pattern, and I like the carbon, so picked it up. Now, the Sowbelly wasn't actually called the Sowbelly. I've found articles, not really articles, but catalogs, dating back as far as 1910 that had this particular pattern in it. So back then they didn't call it a Sowbelly, they called it a serpentine stock or a cattle knife, but it definitely was not called a Sowbelly. That came later. I also, like I said, documented, I found catalogs going back to 1910 at least, but I did see other articles that say that it came around 1890, 1880, it's been around, and it derived from the obvious Stockman pattern. It has the three blades just like the Stockman pattern. It's just serpentine. So this is a really cool looking knife. I like the way it looks. It's really, really nice. It's got this yellow composite, super smooth. I mean, even really over the shield, it's pretty smooth. It's got that reverse RCC classic carbon. There's no gapping. Super polished. Looks really nice, actually. I only paid like 13 bucks for this knife, seriously. So no gapping. It's really smooth. There's no transitional issues over the pins, over the bolsters. It's got that slant R right there. It's got the pinched bolsters. It's lined over here. So this is a really nice looking, Sowbelly pattern here. I like it a lot. But I had a problem with it when I got it. So I get it, and it's late because FedEx sucks. And it was basically sent to me through their smart post, I guess, and that's really bad. So it took 13 days to get here. So I finally get it, and then I get it, and I opened it a few times, closed it a few times, really gritty and grinding. It was almost like it was grinding, seriously, and then it just stopped opening. Like I could not get it to open. Like the spring stopped working. So I was like, great, I can't call SMKW till Monday, so whatever, I'll just wait, and then I'll give them a call and tell them this knife's a piece of crap and they can send me a new one. So Sunday came, I had to go to camp because I'm doing the camp nurse thing until the end of July, when I have to get my knee surgery. And I said, well, I've done this before where I've oiled knives, so I'll try it again. So I just basically took food grade mineral oil, which is what I use on all my knives. You don't have to worry about it. It's not, toxic. I mean, it is petroleum, so whatever, but it is food safe. And I filled a bowl full of it up, and I threw this in it, and I left it there until I went to work, and I came back about 8-9 hours later, and then I had to clean it off because it's covered in oil. But start working with it, and boom, opens up fine. So that was that. So now I'll keep it for a while, and if it does it again, I'll do. Eventually, if it keeps doing it, I'll have to say, hey, you know what? I need another knife. This one's a piece of crap. But right now, it's working fine. I don't want to have them send me another knife for no reason. So this is about, ooh, it's a little slippery on here. It's about 3.5 inches closed, and the main blade, what we got going on here? It's a mirror polished T10. It is about, what's that say, 2.5, about 2.5. So that's got the main blade, which is the one that would not open at all. And then we have the over here we got the spay. Let's see what we got for the spay. The size on the spay. It's like back it up a little bit there, about 2.25 on the spay. This really isn't a knife that blade that I would use a lot. I mean, I could, but it's it's got that angle on it because of the serpentine pattern. But hey, it's good to have in case you need another knife. Most of the time I use this sheep's foot. Love it. Sheep's foot is not very big at all, actually. We're looking at about 1 3/4. Yeah, it's about 2 inches long. So 2 inches on this one. They do have match strike pulls, all of them. And like I said, this one opened pretty much the whole time, but it was really grindy, like there was metal in there or something. So that's why one of the reasons I soaked it in the oil was try to flush out any kind of like metal shavings or anything that were in there. But apparently they never oiled the back springs, because once I basically, like soaked it in that oil, and then I sat there for like a half an hour doing this like it came out all right. It works pretty, got the snap on it. As you can hear, this is the strongest. Oh, no, it's not. That's the wrong one. So this one has the strongest pull. I'd say this is like a 7 or 8. This one's pretty strong. So, and this wouldn't open at all. It's pretty snappy now. This one's, you know, about 6. That one's also pretty snappy. And this is probably the lightest pull on the sheep's foot, which is about a 4 or 5. I mean, this one's pretty good. Snappy as well. It's a little gritty right in here when you get to like right around there. But you know what? Whatever. It was a $12, $13 knife, and it all worked out after I soaked it in that oil. So whatever. I've been using it at camp, and you know, I don't want anybody to freak out, so I don't want to bring a huge tactical knife to camp. But it is camp, and you know, they do whittling there. So I carry this, and like I said, I'm a camp nurse, so. You know, we got a COVID test, people, and I've been using this to open the COVID test because they're the rapid ones, and they got a freaking piece of tape on them that's like indestructible. Like you cannot rip it open; it won't come apart for some reason. So I've been using this to open up COVID tests and pretty much everything. So I really like this pattern. Really like the way it looks. I love the yellow composite. It looks really good. It's very old timey, and you know, everybody knows I'm a big slip joint guy, so. This is a good one, and if you really happen to get a slip joint that is like jammed up, like it won't open or something, try doing that. Try soaking it for about 8 to 10 hours in a bowl of food safe mineral oil, and then taking it out, and you got to, you know, work it out, clean it off, try to work the open and close, open and close, open and close until, you know, it either works or it doesn't. And the mineral oil you get at Walmart in the HBA aisle, it's literally like $2 for a 16-ounce bottle. And I mean, I've had them forever. And it says it expires, but it doesn't expire. It's a petroleum product, you know what I mean? Mineral oil does not expire. So just go to Walmart, go to the HBA aisle, and get yourself a bottle of that mineral oil for like $2. And I use it to coat my blades, treat my blades, all of that. Now, the one thing I don't like, though, other than it not working when I got it, was I'm not really a big fan of this mirror polish. Smoky Mountain Knife Works does that a lot. The only benefit of that is getting fingerprints, right? But this is T10. It is carbon steel. It will patina over time, so you know eventually that'll kind of go the way of the dodo. So there it is. Super sharp. Cut me twice. Cut me here. Cut me here. Because when I was trying to open it, when I first got it, it wouldn't open. It closed on me. And then I tried it again and stabbed me, and I'm like, okay, this knife hates me. But then I soaked it in oil, and now it's good. So this is the Rough Ryder Classic Carbon Sowbelly Stockman in yellow composite. $13. Smoky Mountain Knife Works. You guys have a good one.